Hey guys, it's Carrie. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, Finding Value. This week we are still working on the bedroom. I have one more space that I really need to dig into and organize exactly how I want it. So that is right behind me. It is the bedroom closet. Now this is not your typical bedroom closet. I don't even think it has any clothes in it. We really have made this work differently for us. So I'll explain. We used to have our bedroom upstairs, but when we had another child, we know we needed to move our bedroom downstairs so we could be right next to her room. And we have made that work for us, but I still like to shower and get ready upstairs just because that's what I am used to. That's what I did for 10 years in this home. So I keep my clothes upstairs still, and that totally works for me. So this closet behind me is essentially storage. Well, how about we start pulling a few things out and see what's in here. $31 bags. I love these. Luggage. This is some art from Dave's family. This is my memory bin that I decluttered not too long ago, so I will link to that video. These are all the ice skates for our family. One thing you might want to know about our home is we don't have a garage. We do live in Minnesota, so that gets tricky sometimes, but in some ways I feel blessed that we do not have a space half the size of our home that we can just fill up with extra storage. So it does limit the things that we can have, but it also means we keep our ice skates inside the house, not the garage, right? The ice skates are going under the stairway storage, and I am going to be decluttering that area in the near future, so I know that I have some bins of things I want to sell, and that will make room for this. That is the electronics bin that I also made a video about, so I will link to that in the description below. One more bin. I know what's in here. A bunch of picture frames. Now this is the part that gets tricky. I have a bunch of big art things in here, a frame that I've been meaning to put some canvas on and make a painting. I have a bunch of foam core that I use when I am mounting and matting a painting or a picture. These are too big for really anywhere else in our house. They fit pretty good in this closet, so I may need to keep them in the back here. This was a wonderful gift from my husband. He knows I am an artist and love painting, so he got me an easel. I finally have everything taken out of the closet. Now we have a bare space to work with. You can see that this closet is not very big, but we do have a nice shelf at the top here and another little shelf on the side, so it does hold quite a bit of items, so I'm excited to see what we need to put back in. I also do think that this is the perfect place for our library bag, my Bible study bag, and our laptop, so I'm really going to try to save some room on the right side of the closet. I hope that those can actually have a really nice home inside this closet, so I'm going to save some space for that in the future. So I was opening up this luggage. I knew we had some other luggage inside luggage, and I found some shopping bags. I actually really love this one. I got it in Mexico. It's a Frida Kahlo bag. So I'm gonna start using that. I would much rather use it than have it be sitting in the closet. I didn't even realize it was in there. So I'll take out a few of these and put these with our shopping bags, and that will be what we use to go to Aldi. I've been going through the luggage. In here I have crammed a couple other medium size pieces of luggage that I think we could work with as a family when we go on trips. So there's this large one and two medium ones in here. And then we also have this other medium size one, which I think we would like to keep because we have 4 people in our family. So I'm going to try to put these on the top shelf. So I have this large bin full of picture frames that I really need to go through. I really do love to have black frames, so whenever I find a good frame of a size that is typical for me to use at a good price, I usually pick it up. I think I have plenty of those now, so I will not be doing that for a long time. But there are some frames in here that I don't think I will use, so I'm going to get rid of those. Okay, I've decided to keep the frames that are inside this bin. And what I did last time we had some family pictures is I only bought the size pictures that I knew I had frames for, and that really worked out well. So if I, can't get pictures to fit in these, then I need to get rid of them soon. But I have been keeping some mats that I haven't been using and keeping some smaller frames as maybe something that I could use for a gift, but I really haven't been using these ones, so I am going to put these in the garage sale pile. I have went through all of this mat board and foam core in here that I keep in this huge plastic bag so that it doesn't get ruined, and I think it's all very usable. And I do mat things, maybe not super frequently, but this is not a lot of things to keep. It's like 3 large foam cores and maybe 4 or 5 mats, so I think that this is something that I will hang on to because I can keep it in the back of this closet and it doesn't take up a ton of room that way that would be used for anything else. This is something that I made for my husband for our wedding day. It says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." It was made out of magazine pieces and collaged together, but they did get faded, so we have not had this up for a while. I do kind of have in my mind that I would like to use the frame for something else. So I'm going to slide that into the art drawer that I have under the stairs storage, and I'll probably get rid of the collage. These are some art prints that I made, and I was giving them to family and friends because I used to sell them and I just haven't for a long time, and I had a lot of extras. And these are the ones that my daughter pulled out, and I said, okay, we'll deal with those later, and it's been, what, like a year now, and I just found them in the closet again. So I am going to talk to her about an idea I have about putting at least a few of these up in her room, and we'll see what she thinks about that idea. Not too long ago, I had put these clips up on the wall to hold my daughter's artwork in her bedroom. We discussed it, and she decided to keep 3 of my pieces of artwork that she wanted to display. And because we're limited on space, we used these art clips for those and then filled in the rest with her very creative and colorful artwork. Now this is a tricky one. I definitely want to keep this. I do use it occasionally. I have an idea that I want to do with this frame, and I even have the canvas I need to stretch to put on it. I think the reason that I haven't done it yet is because I don't have the staple gun that I need. We have a staple gun and we have staples that don't fit in it. So I just wanted to wait, I guess, until I had the right equipment, but then I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and putting it off. It is something I really want to do. I actually think it'd be really healing after the pandemic because it's a painting about how just God keeps his promises. I'm still kind of figuring it out in my head, but I think once I do step 1, that will kind of keep the ball rolling. So I'm going to set up my easel and put this right next to it, get out the canvas, so that all I have to do is ask a friend or maybe my dad if I can use their staple gun, and that will get the process moving. We have a shelf right here in the corner of our closet, and I am going to stick the 2 pieces of mat cutter that I have on the shelf. Then they will be really easy access for me whenever I need them. I did a little bit of work off camera. I put the frames into a silver bin that I had some other things in so that they could all be matching in the closet. I kind of like that look, so that will work well for us. And I am ready to do some labeling. So I already had one of the bins labeled with Carrie's memories on it. I'm going to make another bin with electric items and then one bin labeled frames. So what I've been using for labeling are these little tags that I get at the Dollar Tree, and there's 4 in a pack. And I also bought this at the Dollar Tree. It's little pieces of foam that are sticky on both sides, so I can attach it easily to the bins, and they seem to really stay well. And I have liked most using a silver metallic Sharpie to label. It shows up really well. If you are into organizing and decluttering like me, I think you will understand. If not, you might think I'm a little crazy. I feel like I got everything and more out of this little organization. I'm so excited about it. Remember at the beginning I said I wanted to make sure that I save room for 3 different bags that I want to store in this closet. I think that I have plenty of space for that, so I'm very excited for that. Also, I have been wanting to have some kind of bin in the basement where I can just drop things in, and when it gets full, those are the things that I want to take upstairs instead of always having to think, oh, where should I put this so I remember next time I go upstairs, or having to make the trip upstairs every single time you see something that needs to go upstairs. That just doesn't happen for me, and then I end up leaving it there and it stays a mess. So to keep it cleaner, I really like to have a bin where I can put those things that go upstairs, and when the whole bin gets full and I have 5 minutes, I can bring it upstairs and put everything away. That works for me. I have a downstairs bin, but I've never had an upstairs bin, one that I can use for things that go upstairs. So I decided I had one more silver bin and space up here. Why not have an upstairs bin? So whenever there's a few things down here I'm cleaning up, I don't want to rush upstairs and put everything away, toss it in here. When it gets halfway full or all the way full, I can bring it upstairs and put those items away. I'm excited for that. And also, I was very happy to see that I had room for, oops, let me show you, my laundry basket up high. So this will be very easy. Throw a pair of socks in at night, and I don't usually put a ton of laundry in here because I usually change upstairs, but it's nice to have a place to put it. If I am taking something off that's dirty, I can stick it in there, and I have room for it now. I'm so excited. I decided to hang this bag that I use for weekend travels in the closet so that it wouldn't take up shelf space. The things that are behind it I rarely ever use, and it will still be very easy to get down for when I want to pack. So that seemed like a good solution to me. Also, like I had shown before, all of our luggage are now on this top shelf. We have enough for each of us to travel with, and a couple small carry-on bags in there as well. Also, I have my laundry basket in here in a wonderful location for me. I think it'll be perfect up there. I was able to keep some of this mat board and foam core behind this large stack of bins. It's nice and tucked away. I love that. As you can see to the right, there is plenty of space for some bags that I will be putting in there in the future. And I think this declutter and organization is complete. Here's a pile of items that I was able to let go of to truly make space for those items that I value and needed to find a home for. Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. I hope that it encourages you to just get into that one space that has been bothering you, make room for the things that you value, and get rid of the rest. It really is worth it. I also want to remind you that on this channel, I am decluttering 52 spaces in my home. So this was just one of them. I have 51 other spaces to do. We are at least halfway through the year though, so thank goodness for that. If you like watching videos that have really interesting before and after shots, this is the channel for you, because I show you my dirty mess at the beginning. It's not always pretty. It usually is not. But at the end, with a lot of decluttering and a little bit of hard work, it really does become an organized space that holds the things that our family uses and really values. So I am very excited for this process, and I would love for you to join my channel. I am finding that this decluttering thing actually does get easier. It's kind of amazing to me that this closet was able to meet all of my needs and all of my goals. I thought maybe I would be able to have room for those 3 bags, but I really wasn't holding on to the hope that I would be able to have my laundry bin in there and also a bin of things to bring upstairs. So I'm so happy that I am putting in this time and effort so that it can really work for me. I think you can do it too. If you have a little bit more time today, click on this link so that you can watch my next video. Thanks for sticking around for my before and after pictures. Here is the shot of the back shelf. And since I have this bag hanging, you can't really see the back shelf anymore, but there are just a couple items on that shelf with this bag hanging neatly in the corner. Next we have the before shot of all of those bins and things kind of crammed in there without much space on the right. And now we have so much more organization and a lot of space on the right. The bags that will be put in this corner will be in a future video. And lastly, we have the top shelf that was a little bit messy and had a little bit too much in it. And now all of the luggage is on the left, and that made room for that laundry basket on the right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you next week.